We have now an opportunity, as promised, to be joined via Skype by legendary Republican political consultant Roger Stone. Roger's a former advisor to Donald Trump and editor of the Stone Zone. Roger, it's good to have you here on the Steve Malzberg Show.
It's delighted to be with you as always, JD. As I watch the Arizona Senate primary very closely, where I think you could have an upset, I think back to your race. I was a big supporter and cheerleader in your race for the Senate. And now I enjoy your commentary here on Newsmax. So it's always great to be back with you.
Thank you very much, Roger. One door closes, another opens. And tonight, the door is opening in a big way for Hillary Clinton. Your take on what may transpire tonight in Secretary Clinton's speech?
Well, look, she's had the worst week in modern American politics. On Monday, the IRS announces they've opened an investigation into the Clinton Foundation. It's about time. I mean, the infractions, the illegality, these filings with the IRS and with the state attorney generals are permeated with fraud. This is a multi-billion-dollar money laundering operation. And the state of Ohio quickly followed suit. They opened an investigation. I mean, I really believe that the next tranche of emails, which may or may not be coming from the Russians, are going to reveal even more corruption pertaining specifically to this issue, to the Clinton Foundation slush fund issue. If that's true, she's in devastating position. So if you look at it as I do, if in fact Putin is behind this, I see why. He doesn't want war. Nuclear war or war of any kind between our countries solves nothing. Hillary's a neocon. I think she's already promised her donors the war they want with Russia, a war from which they will profiteer. Perhaps Putin sees in Trump a strong man with whom he can make a real peace agreement and somebody who keeps his word, unlike Hillary.
Interesting take. I tell you what, let's do. Let's go to the telephones again at 1-877-Newsmax. You know, Steve, the interesting thing is we're getting calls from Philadelphia. Philadelphians want to get the truth out, and one such Philadelphian is Ed, who is on the line. Ed, welcome to Newsmax TV.
Thank you. First-time caller, big-time fan.
Great.
Just wanted to let you know, I've been in the military for 25 years. Just retired. I retired in 2005 after a couple of tours overseas in Fallujah, and I come back here and I see this classified these classified briefings that we were held to, particularly on the SAP level, on the Special Access Program level, are held as a joke. We were held at, if you revealed any of this information, you were put away for 25 years. It's just, to me, it's just made a joke of. Now I hear more information that the Russians have tapped into SAP information, and anybody that's been read into SAP information knows how serious this is. And it just, it really gets to me as a retired member, and tugs on my heart, and to get to, it makes me afraid for my brothers over there.
Well, God bless you for your service. And here's the thing: the Military Times poll shows that the people who are serving our country now overwhelmingly favor Donald Trump. And I think in your circles as well, you would probably agree that the people who have served, the people who have had the privilege of having intelligence clearances, security clearances, they too would never vote for Hillary. Yet it's presented at their convention that Hillary is the champion of all these people, and they're not going to vote for her.
Very valid point. Roger Stone, let me turn to you again. I look at the great picture. You are standing right in front of a Goldwater Miller poster from 1964. Great collection of memorabilia, perhaps not the greatest memory for those of us in the Republican Party. And the talk that has started within this Democrat convention that flies in the face of the polling we've just seen nationally that has Donald Trump ahead by 7 points. Just as assuredly as the Buzzards going back to Hinckley, Ohio, or the Swallows returning to San Juan Capistrano, tomorrow there are going to be statements that Donald Trump is too extreme and his campaign will go the way of Barry Goldwater's. What do you say in response to those kind of attacks that are certain to come?
Well, it's a forerunner of what they tried, and unfortunately were quite successful with Barry. In other words, they can't refute Trump's arguments. They are a part of a failed 30-year past that have gotten us to where we are today on trade, on jobs, on immigration. There's such an embarrassment of riches when it comes to the various misdeeds of the Clintons. They have lined their own pockets. They've taken money from the Chinese and the Russians and the Saudis to give them preferential treatment. Bill Clinton sold military secrets, in this case, missile targeting technology, which betrayed us to the Chinese government in a complicated three-way transaction that got him $300 million. I've written about this. These people are ethically greedy, and they're reaching one time too many, in my opinion. The race is going to seesaw because the country is fairly evenly divided, and Trump defied everybody and had a great convention. His children were extraordinary. Ivanka, Donnie, Eric. Rudy Giuliani set the place on fire. I was there. It was a great convention. Trump knocked it out of the park. I know the media, they say, oh, he was dark. He was too dark. I mean, I got to tell you guys, from the time I left the stadium to the time I got to my hotel, I would say a 20-minute walk. I heard reporters, like they all got a memo. Wasn't his speech too dark? You know what? We're in a dark situation. It's not morning in America. It's Hillary who says Islamic terrorism isn't really a problem. The Veterans Administration isn't broken. There's no problem. She now says that outsourcing is just something we're going to have to live with. It's a fact of life, she says to the Indians in this new TV spot.
And you know, the point you are making, Roger, to me, it comes down to classic marketing. You got to have a before to get to the after. You've got to have a contrast and say, this is what's bad and here's what's going to be good. One thing we know, sir, is that you help improve the tone and tenor of this program with the history and the vast knowledge you bring to us tonight. Roger Stone, thank you so much. Skyping in from New York City. Steve, let's hang around and tag team some more for the final portion of the Steve Malzberg Show right after this.